please don't be alarmed by the cards. Please let me explain before you click off. I'm not doing a regular tarot card reading. That's not what I'm doing at all, so please don't think so. If you are familiar with tarot, these two things should be a dead giveaway. I am basically what I am wanting to do is use tarot psychology. I don't even know if that is the proper term for it, to look into Chad Daybell's mind, because that is really my skill set and I want to contribute, because I have been following this case not forever. I have not been following this case since the beginning. I only just really learned about it a couple months before Lori Vallow's trial. It was 2020. I think I feel like everybody's lives were falling apart in 2020, right? And I'm not in Idaho. I'm not by Idaho. I'm not in Arizona. I really didn't know about this case until Lori Vallow. A couple months before her trial. Anyway, so basically, what I am doing is I will be using Carl Jung's version of the tarot. He was a psychologist. I believe at some point he partnered with Freud. I believe they were close at some point in the end. Obviously, they broke off because, tarot is not psychology, and I'm not a psychologist. I don't want you to think that. I'm just a tarot card reader that is curious about Chad Daybell's mind, not because I like Chad Daybell, but because I feel like as a society, if we understand why people make the decisions that they make, such as, murder, hopefully as a society we can prevent these things from happening in the future, be it because we are just more nurturing to people that need it. I don't even know where Chad Daybell went wrong, to be honest. I feel like he's probably always been off. Anyway, that's what we're going to find out. I mean, in theory, this is all just speculation. All of this is just speculation. Also, I really don't want to take away from the horrific crimes that happened here. I do not want to downplay that. I don't want anyone to forget that people were murdered for money and freedom, in my opinion. Chad Daybell, if he didn't murder them, he for sure planned to murder them. In my opinion, Lori Vallow, same thing. Whether or not she physically did it, I don't know. I have no idea, and that's not what this is for. I am not a prophet. I am not claiming to be a prophet. I am not claiming to have any special powers. Nothing like that. I'm just a human with some cards. That's it. That's all. I think that's the end of my disclaimer. I'm new to the internet. I'm new here. So I'm really going to try to remember to use my mic, but there will be periods of silence because I obviously have to shuffle the cards. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the format that I plan on using. I do plan on using that deck at some point. This deck is what I'm going to be using first. This deck is the double major deck. I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. Double major deck. Here it is. So it does not have the minor arcane in it, which is why I want to use it first. My format that I plan on using is I plan on pulling 3 cards. 1 for Chad Daybell's childhood, 1 for his early adulthood, and 1 that is going to hopefully represent him in the last 10 years. I feel like that is a good place to start. So, I'm going to go ahead and start with shuffling, and okay, so this deck does have nudity in it, and I do have to cover the nudity, so if I pull a card that has nudity on it, you will see me pull the card off screen and place something over it. That is just how it has to be with YouTube and all. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. If you're interested, please keep watching if you're curious. If you like this video, please let me know. Again, I'm brand new here, just showing up today. Trying my best to figure out how to work YouTube and my phone, honestly. Okay, I'm going to start. I'm so sorry for anybody that needs the cards to be straight. I can't see what I'm filming, so I'm really just going in blind here. Okay, I'm gonna check the cards for nudity, and I'll be right back. Okay. 1 out of 3 is not bad. Okay, so oddly enough, first thing I'm noticing right off the bat, oddly enough, oh gosh, I didn't even realize this represents the last 10 years. My goodness. What a guy. Ugh. Okay. First thing that I'm noticing is the first 2 cards that I pulled are the reversals. The reversed meaning of the regular cards. So in tarot, there's always, every single card has a positive and a negative, right? Every card's positive and negative. There's really no card that is just negative. Well, that's not true. But there are very few cards that are just negative. The death card is not a negative card, but it is odd. So in this version of the tarot, the death represents the return of the son to the mother. I find it odd that I feel like as a child, maybe he did not have a good relationship with his mom, because this is the reversal. I'm not Mormon. I've never been in Abrahamic religion, any of them. I've never been in any of them. I know bits and pieces, but I could be wrong. I think that Mormons is usually more of a man religion. That's a bad way to put it. Okay, as a boy, when Chad Daybell was a boy, I don't believe that he had a good relationship with his mother. That is just a guess based off of this death card. Again, the death card in Carl Jung's version of the tarot is meant to represent the return of the son to the mother. And this is the reversed meaning of that. So my first initial instinct is issue with women, is my thought. So the Chariot is in reverse as well. The Chariot is not going in the normal version of the tarot. In the normal picture of the tarot, the Chariot is going. The Chariot's not going here. This is the reversed meaning of the Chariot. And the Chariot in Carl Jung's version is let me see. It's a male card. Okay, so female card, male card. The female card's in reverse. The male card is also in reverse. But with the death card in reverse, it's a female card. It's in reverse. Death is dead. In this picture is what it seems like. Death is not coming for anyone. Death is dead. No relationship with the mom, in my eyes. No relationship with the mom. I'm calling it out right now. Second, relationship with God has been completely distorted in my eyes. So this card is meant to connect the son and the father, the son being metaphorically Jesus, the father being metaphorically God. I say metaphorically because it's tarot, it's not the Bible, right? So none of this is necessarily meant to be literal, but obviously considering Chad Daybell was a devout Mormon? Mormon? I don't know that he was, considering all of his whatever. So anyway, I find it interesting that this card comes out. I think that definitely male focused in his eyes. Men are it. Men are woo. He has an issue with women for sure. And I do find it interesting that the Lovers card is the third one to come out. Obviously, we know about Lori Vallow and we know what they did. So the Lovers in the Carl Jung's version of the tarot, I believe it's a male card, if I'm not mistaken. It is a male card. Yes. It's a male card. It's classified as the collector of experiences. Basically, it is a man collecting experiences, like you would guess with the Lovers card. I definitely feel like It was later in his life as opposed to like where he is now. I think he's like 50. I don't really know how old he is. But in the last 10 years, I would say from now, which was 2014, I'm going to say around 2014 is when he started to, I'm going to say, look outside his marriage. That's my guess. 2014 starts looking outside his marriage. Okay, now that we have that base, I'm going to go ahead and use the other one. Now, I have used this version of this deck. I have used this deck, but I honestly still have a hard time identifying the major arcana. You'll see why. And I'm pretty sure this also has nudity, so I will have to be checking these cards. We got the Lovers again. Okay, so we have the Magician, we have the Three of Wands, and we have the Lovers. So with the Magician is a male card. The Magician actually is meant to represent the male inside every female. And I find it interesting that it came out underneath the Death card, which, as we already talked about, the Death card is the mother returning to the sun. Two male indicators to me for a female card I find interesting. I feel like whatever issues he has, if he has issues with women, I assume he has issues with women. I believe they started at a very young age, and I think it probably started with his mother. I know his mom testified. I feel like he probably does not have a good relationship with her, or did not have a good relationship with her. I think her testimony was pretty short. I honestly feel like she mostly just testified to say she was very surprised that Chad got married so quickly. So we have the Lovers emphasizing the Lovers. We already know how that's worked out for everybody, unfortunately. And then we have the Chariot. We did talk about the Chariot representing a connection to God. So the connection to God is emphasized by the Three of Wands, which in this deck is the fantasy card. Based off of this, I fully believe that there's a part of him that believes his teachings. Like, I fully feel like he may not believe in zombies, but I fully believe that he believes in the light and dark scale. I fully believe that he believes in his ability to be a prophet, despite the fact that he has not been right. The only thing that he accurately predicted was death, and it's death that he is connected to. There's definitely, I know I said in the very beginning, inner guidance may lead you to illusion, and it was a mistake. I meant to say out of illusion, but I fully believe that he stopped believing in the LDS church. Is that what they're called? He stopped believing in that faith to an extent, because he went on a mission, right? I feel like after his mission, he married Tammy. I feel like, in my opinion, obviously I'm just me. In my opinion, he, after his children were born, started to leave the LDS faith. Whether or not he fully left it or just started practicing weird things, I would say in his children's early childhood is when that started. I while I do know a lot about the case, am not up to date with his books, his published books. I don't know when he published anything. I know he published a book with Julie Rowe first, and then he wrote a book. I honestly, the books, I'm a little far off on the books. Yeah, I mean, this has been pretty short and simple. Chad Daybell, issues with his mother since he was a child, in my opinion. After in his children's early childhood is when he started to deviate from the mainstream Mormon faith. And obviously, I mean, this just really emphasizes the fact that he was looking out of his marriage. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that he started doing that, like, early, maybe 2014 is what I said, but maybe even before that. I feel like he probably had multiple affairs. I don't think it was just Lori Vallow. I mean, if you think about it, to just have one affair and have that one affair become so extreme, there wasn't just one. So that's my tarot card reading. That's it. It probably wasn't as crazy as you thought, I hope. That was it. If you want me to do anything for Lori Vallow, I really don't think I stated anything that nobody doesn't already know. But I do find it crazy that the Lovers is emphasizing the Lovers. That I, unfortunately, feel like these two were probably destined to meet. I don't think that they needed to murder anybody, but I do think that they were probably destined to meet. Anyway, let me know how you feel about this. Sorry, it's so all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just really wanted to do it, get it out there. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I wanted to do it for Lori Vallow during her trial. That's how long I've been putting this off. So let me know. Give me some tips if you have any tips on how to do better. Again, this is just my first try, but I'm glad I did it. I'm pretty interested in the cards. I'm going to be honest, I really hadn't thought about his relationship with his mother, but I feel like he does have an issue with women, and I feel like that's probably where it started. All right, please let me know what you think. Give me tips, give me criticism, give me all of it, any of it, and please remember Tammy Daybell, Tylee Ryan, and JJ Vallow. From what I hear, Tammy Daybell really just loved to have fun with her friends and family. Tylee Ryan seemed like a major support system for her friends and her family. I mean, she took care of JJ, and JJ was just a sweet little boy that deserved so much better from a woman that chose to bring him into her home. All right, that's it. That's all I have to say. If you have any other questions about Chad Daybell that you would like me to use the cards for, let me know. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And again, comments, criticism, all of it, leave it down below. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great day. And I'm sure we'll get a guilty verdict soon. The time that I'm filming this, they are probably just starting closing arguments right now. I will listen to the jury instructions, and then they took a break, and that's when I filmed this. Alrighty. Have a good day.